Hiya, I'm James and this is Marley, our big Newfoundland, and Marley has Megaesophagus, and we made the decision to get him a feeding tube to try and make his life easier. We've noticed a lot of people out there have resistance towards this idea, so we made this little video to try and show people that it's not as scary as you might think it is. So here we've got all of Marley's bits and bobs set up. As you can see here, he's just on normal kibble, but this stuff's got a really high calorie content, so we can keep the bulk down. And he has a meal like this 4 times a day. So what we do is start by measuring it out. Marley's on about 230 grams a meal. And then we've got the NutriBullet here, which has been an absolute godsend to grind everything up. Okay, that should do it. Then we just add some cold water. Marley has about 400 mils. And then we top it up with boiling water so that the cold doesn't shock his stomach. And then he needs some drinking water to go along with that as well, and also to flush the line. Clear it of any food debris when his feed's over. We top that up as well. Just a little bit of boiling water. So we just give it a mix. Just use a normal fork for this.
Do you want to talk about why you don't mix it all together in the first place?
What? What do you mean?
Because it's 6 on the tube.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we tried putting the water and the kibble in the NutriBullet all together and grinding it up into like a paste. But we found that was stuck in the tube. I don't know why, I don't know what it was about it, but this method just seems to work a lot better for us anyways. So just make sure you scrape all the sides down, get all that dry food. And the consistency, it is kind of, it's up to you really. I like it quite fluid, quite loose. Just makes the makes it a lot easier to deliver it basically. Right, so we've got a syringe here. These ones are reusable, they're fantastic, you can get them online. Maybe Emma will provide a link for that. We suck that up and then turn it right side up, give it a little knock, and just try and get all of the air out of them. So you don't want to be injecting a bunch of air into his stomach. Then we've got his drinking and flushing water here. And bring that up into the tube. And then I put that straight into the tube because this is the first thing that will go into his tummy. Bring it right up, make sure there's no air in it, and then lock it off. A little plastic clasp here. And just pop that in there. We use this pot simply because it's handy, just kind of keeps everything in one place. It's heavy enough that if you knock it, it's not going to fall over and spill stuff everywhere. Just pop it on this little food tray. It's all done. And then also a pair of gloves are super handy. We've got these alcohol wipes that we use to clean the port before connecting the tube to it, before the feed. And then you can also give the port a wipe when you're finished as well, just to make sure it's nice and clean. So we'll bring this over. Okay, so here we are. Marley's ready to be fed. He's in a spot. Good to go. We ordered this fabric t-shirt tube thing online. Pretty easy to find, and it just covers up his tube site. And here you can see his tube. It's basically just a little, it's like a valve that you would find on an air mattress. Super clean, very easy to maintain. Okay, and then we always start with the water. So here we are. Oh, I got a cleaner thing. But before we do anything, get our alcohol wipe here, and just give the site just a bit of a wipe down, just to make sure there's no bacteria or anything on here. To do the outside, I pop the little top and clean the inside, and then we hook up the water. And here we go. Pop that in there, and then just rotate it to lock it in. There we go. Then we just pop the clasp and start to administer the water. Go nice and slow. You don't want to pump a huge amount of liquid or food or anything in there, because you will shock his stomach. But just a nice, slow, steady pace. And he's not bothered at all. Anybody? Is that delicious? Mm.
So this is the flush, it just flushes through the tube.
Right, and then we move on to the food. So make sure that you always close the clasp before you remove the tube, and then open it up again after the next one is reconnected. Then again, just slow and steady.
Is it easy, James?
Super easy. Yeah, it's really easy. Marley didn't really mind at all. He adjusted super quick to it, and honestly, it's been a massive weight off. You know, we used to wake up every morning when we were doing the postural feeding with the Bailey chair, and he was on medication, you know, that he needs to have every day, and we didn't know if he was going to eat that day, or you know how much we were going to have to put him through. It's really heart-wrenching. And now, I mean, it was a difficult decision to come to, but I honestly wish we had done it sooner. It's so easy, it's much better on him, and it just makes the days so much better. So yeah, basically you just repeat that process until all of the food's done. Make sure you haven't got any air in there, looks good. Reconnect, take off the clasp, and go for it. Here we've got some of Marley's meds. Just pop that straight into the pestle and mortar. Give it a good grind. Works like a charm. Then add a bit of water. I usually use sort of half or 3/4 a syringe. Go. Get a good mix. Make sure it's all dissolved. And there we go. Okay, so I've given Marley about half of his food now, so I'm going to give him a little bit of medication. So just want to give that a good shake, just to make sure there's nothing left behind. And I've left a little bit of air in there, and that's just simply to make sure that when I administer it, I can push the liquid all the way through, so he's getting all of his medication. I'll show you that now. So just pop that straight into the receiver, open the clasp again, and then start pushing it through. go. You can see the color changing as the medication starts going through. I like to keep it vertical to make sure nothing gets left behind. Then when I get to about that point, you can see some of the medication is starting to collect here. I just give it a little swirl, just like that. Collect all that stuff. And then because I've got this extra air in here, I can push that all the way down into the receiver. You can see the end there. So there's nothing left behind there. He's got all of his medication. And then I've got a food one already ready to go. Pop that straight in, open the clasp again, and then continue on with his food. Super easy. I mean, this system is so great. You know, before we never knew if Marley was gonna eat all of his food every day, or get all his meds that he needed every day, or you know, the amount of water and fluid he should have. And now we're in total control of that. And he's so used to it now. Like I said, he stands for the duration of the time. He knows, you know, he knows you're taking care of him. It's amazing how our relationship has changed, because he knows, he senses what you're doing for him. It's really special. Okay, so here we are. This is Marley's last food. So again, similar to the meds, just give a little swirl at the end, and I've left a little bit of air to make sure he gets all of the food he needs. You just bring that right down.
But the air doesn't go in the tube.
Yeah, and you can see the line of food just there. We'll take that out. And then this is just pure water. Use this to flush the tube through after the feed, and then also to make sure that Marley gets the amount of water he needs a day. So it's all measured out beforehand. You can see the tube is nice and clear now. This will just pick up any sort of last little remaining bits of food, like that one there. I like to keep it vertical to make sure if there are any air bubbles in there, that they rise up to the top and don't go into his tummy. Lock it off again, and then just grab the last little remaining bit of food, of water there, sorry. And then again, you're going to want some air left in this so you can push the water all the way down the tube so that he's getting everything he needs. And you can just follow that water line all the way down till it goes into the port, and then we lock it off out of the way. And then I've got a little bit of paper towel there for when I disconnect, so we just take it back to its release position again, and then pull that off just like so. Then put it over there, let's give that a little wipe, and then pop the plunger back in, and he's all finished. Okay, and now after the tube's removed, we'll just get our alcohol wipe there again. Just give it a quick clean, just to make sure there's no remaining bacteria or anything. Get rid of that, and then we'll just pull his t-shirt tube back over the site. There we are. And he's done. Ready to go. All right. All finished, buddy. He's all finished. He's a good boy. All right, off you go. Good boy. Yes.